Hey guys, Nike here. Let's talk about the End of Dragons Elite Spec for the Elementalist. I ran a poll on my Twitter a while back where I listed the different weapon options for Ellie and asked people to vote on the one they thought Ellie would get, and not necessarily the one they wanted Ellie to get. Despite that, after lots of votes, Greatsword won by a large margin. People definitely want Greatsword, but also think ANET is going to give it to them. I do not. I think it's very unlikely Elementalist is going to get a weapon that they have a conjured version of as a skill. ANET could subvert the expectations and give us a weapon that they have a conjure for, but why? Presumably they can invent cool specs without having to step on the conjures, so why step on the conjures? That leaves us two options, the most likely of which is Longbow. Right now, the main ranged damage weapon for Ellie is Staff, which is sort of a jack-of-all-trades weapon. A Longbow spec that is based more around all-out offense would be a cool change. Even the defensive attunements could be more snare and debuffed based. For example, one of the water attunement sub-themes is inflicting vulnerability, and an Ellie Longbow could play into that more heavily rather than leaning into the major theme of water magic, which is healing. As far as playstyle goes, I definitely love the idea of a spec that perhaps uses conditions but with a twist. For example, this spec could change the way conditions function at their core. Probably a lot of engine work, but think about how the cool potential that it would have. For example, instead of inflicting burning, your skills that used to inflict burning would inflict a new condition called scorching or something like that. Instead of a dot, scorching would apply a 1% additional fire damage taken debuff. Basically a second stack of Vuln, but only for fire damage. Instead of chill, any skill you have that inflicts chill would instead inflict frostbitten, which makes everyone hitting a target have 5% more chance to crit. Instead of blind, your air skills would be transformed to inflict debilitated, which makes the target deal 50% less damage on its next two attacks. Stuff like that. The spec would apply these alternative conditions, and it would create a ton of new play patterns for the old weapons, in addition to all the new skills that would have synergies with the Longbow. I've seen tons of different ideas for how attunements could function with a new spec, and I don't really want to offer anything other than I'd like the idea of perhaps a spec that only got two elements, sort of like Revenant Legends, but each of these two elements was buffed. So basically, you trade away the ability to swap to the two attunements you don't want, but you get to keep. But the two attunements you get to keep would have large buffs attached to them. Maybe like when you're in fire, you have mega buffed condition damage or power, and when you're in air, you have ferocity and precision. When you're in fire, or when you're in earth, you have like toughness and whatever. I don't know. They'd have to work it out. That's just one idea. I have actually seen tons of really good ones out there for Ellie, and I'm sure a lot of people in the comments will offer their own, and I hope so. As far as the second potential choice for weapons go, besides Longbow, I think, in my opinion, Pistol is highly probable as a dark horse candidate. Think a short-range, faster-paced spellslinger type playstyle. Sort of like a Shadowrun, tech mage, pistol rogue class. I know that a cyberpunk-themed spec might seem to be out of character for Guild Wars 2, but then again, none of us know yet how much Cantha has changed in 250 years. And the Pistol Wizard was a class in WildStar, and I wouldn't be totally shocked to see a class like that in Guild Wars 2. I think Pistol Wizard is a common enough trope in fantasy, sort of steampunk level technology like Guild Wars 2, that it wouldn't be totally out of place. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on Ellie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see what we get. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.